So what is going on, guys? I am Black Ops Amazing. Welcome back to another video on the channel where today we are going to be looking at 6 huge changes coming to Black Ops 6 Zombies that will make the game better, that will change the way you play the mode. Some of these are things we've been asking for years, and some I don't think we've ever asked for, but Treyarch have still decided to add them into BO6, which will all drastically improve zombies. So the first change that Treyarch have made to Black Ops 6 Zombies, arguably the best and definitely the biggest, is the ability to now save your game. This is understandably only available for solo matches, but whenever you're playing a game of zombies on your own, you can pause, save and quit, and then load up that save whenever you want to resume the match. At the end of every round, a temporary save is created, so because zombies is online only now, you can't play it offline. If for some reason you do end up getting disconnected from your Wi-Fi, meaning you get disconnected from your match, your game will be automatically saved, so you can load straight back in to the round you was on. This not only fixes any worries that people had about Call of Duty Zombies, especially being only online. Just like in Cold War, you could play zombies offline, but if you did, a lot of online features would be missing, such as the skill tree and weapons upgrades. You were pretty much forced to play zombies connected to the internet in Cold War, otherwise you were missing out. The same applies for Black Ops 6. But because you can save your games now, it doesn't matter if you disconnect, because you can just load back in. And the best part about it, everything that you left with will be saved. So any weapons that you had in your hands, your perks, how far along you were in a side quest, or maybe the main Easter egg, perhaps you were halfway through completing it, and then you either disconnect from the game or have a power cut, or perhaps you just don't have time to finish it because it's going to take another half an hour, and so you can pause the game, quit, it will save, and then you can come back to it another day and pick up exactly where you left off, with everything that you had, keeping all of your progression. Honestly, this for me has to be the biggest change I think I've ever seen to Call of Duty Zombies in terms of a lifestyle improvement. I cannot think of the amount of times I've wanted to pick up a game of Call of Duty Zombies, but not really had time to get to the point where I want to, because let's be honest, a zombies match can take a long time. Just to get fully set up, get all of the weapons you want, all of the perks, can take an hour, and then to enjoy the game, perhaps do some side Easter eggs or the main quest, can take many more hours. Sometimes you just don't have time to play a full game of zombies, and so now you can do as much progress as you're allowed, and then when you're ready, save the game, quit, and come back to it days later, weeks later. I'm assuming this save is forever, so even a year later, and resume where you left off. The amount of games I've had to quit in the past because things have all of a sudden come up, as is what happens in life. Perhaps you have a child, you get 30 minutes to yourself to play a game of zombies, they start crying, you have to attend to them. Yes, you can still pause the game as long as you're playing solo, but that's something you would usually do if you're leaving for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour perhaps. So the pause feature is for a short amount of time, but if you're going to be away for an extended period, you can save and quit and then come back to it at a later date. So in my opinion, that is the best change I've seen to zombies probably ever in terms of a lifestyle improvement. But there's much more. The second change that Treyarch have made to Black Ops 6 Zombies is you can now join a match in progress. There are 2 different scenarios where you're going to use this. Either you're playing with your friends, maybe you're making good progress, you're on round 20, you've done some of the Easter egg, and then one of you disconnects. Normally, that would be it. If you wanted them back, you'd have to end the game and start again, so now they can simply rejoin the match. Or the other scenario where this would be useful is if you just see your friends playing together, they're on round 20, you can join their match instead of them having to end the game and invite you to the party. It's not really something I do anymore, play games of zombies with my friends. Usually it's just solo games, but I do now and again see them playing together on PlayStation without me. And so now I can say, hey guys, you know, you want to invite me? Can I play? And they'll be like, yeah, we can get you in. We don't have to start again. Just join our match in progress. Now they don't have an excuse not to play with me. The third big change Treyarch have made to Black Ops 6 Zombies is you can now split the price of door buys. This was something you could do in Infinite Warfare Zombies if I'm not wrong, but when it comes to a Treyarch game, a Black Ops Zombies game, you couldn't. We all know the memes of that one person who doesn't buy any doors. We all know who you are. They say, I'll buy the next door, I buy the next one, but they never do. They just want to save their money for themselves to buy the best weapons, spam the mystery box to try and get the wonder weapon, or on the other hand of the argument, there's always that one person that wants to buy the doors but then ends up with no money left to buy perks and weapons, which just leads to them getting downed anyway. Well, the most popular scenario for me is when neither of us have enough money to buy a door, But if we can now share the burden, one player can put 500 essence towards a door purchase, and another player can put their 500 essence towards it to buy this 1000 door. That's a game changer. And Treyarch have also added in a shared points tally, so you can see how much a certain player has put towards door purchases. So you can kind of have a mini competition between each other to see who's spent the most, or at least contributed the most as a team towards opening up the map. I really like this one. I think it's probably the least important out of all of them, but it brings a different element to zombies, some fun competition, and it should mean if you are playing co-op, you can now get through the map quicker if you're able to share points towards doors. Instead of having to wait for the next round to pass so you can build up more points, you can just all contribute towards it. The next big change, although I wouldn't say this one improves your game, but it will make a difference to how you approach Black Ops 6 Zombies, and that's that you can now only have 3 self-revives. This takes us back to the older days of zombies where self-revives worked like quick revive used to. You would purchase that perk, its only ability would be to revive you if you were downed, but upon your third purchase of it, it would disappear. So you were only able to be revived 3 times per match if you were playing solo. However, ever since Black Ops Cold War Zombies, they changed quick revive's abilities. They introduced the self-revive kit, which basically does what quick revive used to. However, you could craft as many self-revives as you wanted, meaning you could go down hundreds of times and keep reviving yourself as long as you remembered to either craft a new self-revive or you found one through a drop. And ever since Cold War, that made zombies a hell of a lot easier. It meant that risk after getting downed 3 times, knowing that if it happened again, that was game over, that was eliminated. The threat of you getting downed in zombies really wasn't there anymore. I never cared about it in Cold War, Vanguard, and Modern Warfare 3. But you can now only craft 3 self-revives, which means upon your 4th down, well, that's it, and that's game over. The 5th big change is we now have player-specific drops. This is pretty self-explanatory. Anything that drops on the ground from a zombie, for example, that you kill, maybe it's a piece of salvage or a grenade, a C4, that's yours. Previously, anyone could pick up everyone's stuff, but now what's yours is yours. Good, because I don't want to be helping my teammates. And finally, the 6th big change in Black Ops 6 Zombies is Augments. Augments basically replaced the skill tree that we saw in Black Ops Cold War, which allowed you to upgrade your weapons and perks, field upgrades. However, that was about as far as the complexity went with it. There wasn't really any risk reward or you having to make sacrifices and choices. You could just upgrade everything and then have access to all of those upgrades. However, with Augments, you have to make a choice. Basically, each perk, ammo mod, and field upgrade has a research path, which you can access in the pre-game menus between matches. Every time you research a perk, ammo mod, or field upgrade, you will unlock new Augments. There are a total of 6 Augments per item, 3 minor, and 3 major. So a minor augment offers a limited advantage to an item, and a major augment offers a substantial advantage. Out of the 6 augments that you can unlock per item, there are 3 minor and 3 major upgrades. You can pick 2 of them, 1 minor and 1 major. So just as an example, one of the augments for PhD Flopper is you can change it to PhD Slider, working with both mechanics in Black Ops 6, the diving feature, or the Omni movement, and the sliding feature, which is still in the game. You can use an augment, I'm not sure if it's a minor or a major one for that one, that can change how the perk functions to suit you. Or there's a new field upgrade in the game called Shadow Rift. If you use one of the minor augments, it gains an ability called Targeted, which causes drop zombies to fall on one another. Or one of the major augments is called Explosive Rain, which means zombies that are dropped from portals will explode on contact with the ground. So you can see just how big the augment upgrade system is in Black Ops 6 Zombies, and how much more in depth this is than the skill tree system that we saw in Cold War. Now instead of being able to upgrade everything, you have to make choices that suit the way you want to play. But you can change this each match. Maybe in one match you want certain upgrades, and then in another match you want to change them and try something else. You can do that. So there we go, 6 huge changes coming to Black Ops 6 Zombies. Let me know your thoughts about these in the comment section below. As always, hopefully you've enjoyed the video today. If you have, drop a like rating. Make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest content on the channel. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, goodbye.